Unfortunately for you, the next presenter is me, and I've got to be really quick because I've been making everyone else be really quick. So I'm going to do this really simply. For those of you who don't know the city of Brisbane, you're going to hear a lot about it in the next few days. The G20 Leaders Summit has been held there from Friday through Sunday this weekend. I'm really glad to not be in Brisbane this weekend. In fact, I'm here. So it's Locatrix Communications is my company. And we're probably very much just an old school software engineering firm. It's me and a bunch of engineers basically, and I'm a retired engineer. I retired because I was no good at being a software engineer. But we've got over 10 years experience building, basically solving problems for most usually Telstra, who is our largest customer. So we've developed a bunch of web services solutions, enabler integration, apps, platforms, value-added services, and we've got a particular history doing location-based services, as you probably guessed from the name of the company, Locatrix. We also were doing software as a service before it was called software as a service. And that's one area where the industry is changing for us. We used to have to buy servers. We don't anymore. It's lovely. And we also occasionally get recognised for our work. Most importantly is next week at the Mobile Entertainment Forum Awards. We're up for 2 awards. And I'll do a quick video about what we're doing now. Run through very quickly. Everything that we've done would take longer than 10 minutes. So just some examples. Location-based value-added services, both historically in the friend finder space, but as of last month in the M2M Internet of Things space, we built a plugin for Jasper Wireless that integrates their control center with carrier location. We also had a bit of a history doing Facebook apps, and as much as that may seem a little bit passé, we did some interesting things like very early on, and allowing Telstra's customers to pay for content they bought in Facebook on their carrier bill. We're probably the first folks in the world to do that. We also now run prepaid customer care, recharge, credit sharing and call history for both Telstra and also their Value MVNO Boost. I'll do a video later. We did Australia's largest ever location-based game under the sponsorship of Virgin Mobile. You also may have received a survey, or a couple of surveys so far today. We've also done projects for NBC, Universal, Ericsson, Telecom Italia and others. A couple of things really quickly just to show some examples. Some of you would have received an M-poll after the plenary and keynote sessions. Keep your hands up if you actually responded. Please do. It's great feedback for Alan, and it's a great way to be able to get a very simple, very quick piece of feedback from any subscriber. We have originally built and created the service using SMS as a delivery mechanism, but we have got a mobile framework that was just about to go into alpha for iOS and Android to allow any software developer or any app developer to embed real customer feedback, multiple choice questions, short answer questions, surveys type stuff directly into their app. We're making both that and the entire platform available as an API service. So for example, if you're delivering a service like maybe in a retail environment or in an app environment where it's around an in-app purchase, you can actually send a survey and time a survey to go out, say 5 minutes after the in-app purchase. It's going to be available soon. We're really interested in recruiting developers to play with it with us. If you're interested, let me know. Please, for Alan's sake, respond to your surveys after each keynote and plenary session. I mentioned Facebook apps. This is probably the first voice-based project that Locatrix did for Telstra. It's 3.5 years old now and seems a little bit dated. This was all about using your mobile phone to be able to record a voice update that got pushed to your Facebook wall or to one of your friends' Facebook wall. It was called Blurtle, and rather than me talk about it, I was going to play the really cool TV ad that Telstra did.
Give a voice to your Facebook profile, yours, with Blurtle. That's your voice with your mobile on your Facebook profile. It's the perfect way to share all those special occasions. There's the birthday Blurtle.
Happy birthday!
The just missed the bus Blurtle. Stupid bus. The best burger ever Blurtle.
Oh, yes, it's so good.
And the random Blurtle. Blurtling is easy. Get the app on Facebook, register your mobile number, then phone in your status updates whether you're at home or out and about.
Blurtle mobile audio updates with Telstra's new prepaid Weekend Plus offer.
You'll note that was actually done for a campaign, so it was relatively short-lived. It was actually quite successful. We just couldn't convince Telstra to run it as a service. The interesting thing about that is obviously we were able to do some determination based on the MSISDN coming in of what message they were played. If they were a Telstra customer, they just got some positive reinforcement. If they were from a competing carrier, we were actually able to play something a little bit different to try and entice them to churn over to Telstra. If you had just done a recharge, because this is all about Telstra's prepaid environment. If you had just done a recharge of a certain value, you were reminded that you could get a whole weekend of free calls, whatever the campaign was about. So it was actually a really neat way of being able to use just a very quick engagement campaign, a bit of media, to actually do something a little bit interesting. We built this in 3 weeks, and it was deployed for about 3 months as part of that campaign. The second thing, which is one of the reasons I've got to go to San Francisco next week for the Mobile Entertainment Forum Awards, is a project we did late last year for Virgin Mobile in Australia. In Australia, Virgin Mobile is a property of the Singtel Optus Group. And they wanted to do something, basically build a rewards loyalty platform for a particular campaign. This is what we built. Anyway, a bit of fun, but it was a really neat game. That for 8 weeks in Australia was the largest Amazon Web Services RDS deployment in the world. Great campaign, really interesting. If you think of Uber with 50,000 active people all looking at the same car, that's what we built. And when I say 50,000, I mean 50,000 measured in 10-second increments. It was pretty active. And that's us, based in Brisbane, site of the G20 Leaders Summit. I'm Mark, thank you for listening.